Bunny! Stress is the process by which we perceive and respond to certain events, called stressors, that we appraise as threatening or challenging. Stressors can lead us to react negatively if unprepared, or sometimes to thrive and excel, which is often the case for athletes or successful entertainers. An example would be a tough math test, which is the primary appraisal. The secondary appraisal would be our response to the situation. If we are unprepared, we may respond with, "Yikes, this is too hard," and respond by being stressed and distracted as taking the test. If we are prepared, we may view it as a challenge and try to apply all of our knowledge. This response could result in arousal and being more focused as we take the test. There are 3 categories of stressors. There are catastrophes, significant life changes, and daily hassles. The first stressor category is a catastrophe. This would be a large-scale disaster, such as hurricanes, wildfires, and other natural disasters, or wars. These significantly impact emotional health. After 9/11, 58% of Americans said that they had greater than average anxiety. COVID is another example during which anxiety and depression rates rose.
Anna, what stresses you out?
So when I was like 10, I was handed a Roman candle, and whenever it went off, it really scared me, and I dropped it, and it started firing at a car, and the potential for that to hit a car and possibly blow that up scared the bejesus out of me as a child. So fireworks now really, really stress me out.
Significant life changes can cause stress even if the change is positive. Things like getting married and graduating are super exciting things. There are also huge changes to our everyday life that we have to learn to adapt to. A lot of changes happen during adolescence and early adulthood. A survey in Canada showed that adolescents struggled the most with dealing with unexpected and/or difficult problems. Almost 2/3 of Americans from the ages of 15 to 29 reported experiencing stress a lot of the day yesterday.
I am outside of Laterno with Aubrey Silverthorne, here to ask you what stresses you out.
I think the thing that stresses me out most is making big decisions.
Stress can also affect your physical health. In a study of about 96,000 widowed people, the risks of them dying doubled in a week after their partner's death.
Stress isn't always caused by super big events. Stress can also come from daily hassles such as lost keys, traffic jam, and being late to school or work. These hassles can affect everyone different. Some people just shrug them off and move on with their day, while other people will find them harder to ignore. These hassles affect adults more typically as they have more day-to-day responsibilities that they have to get done. Compared to people in 1990, it was found that people are more stressed now than ever.
I'm here at ArtsView with Taylor, and I'm here to ask you what stresses you out.
Every morning I have to write in my diary, and it's stressing because I have to get a new topic every day. And I know people in the future are going to read it, and they're going to figure out what am I on.
Daily hassles can lead to persistent stress, which can lead to affecting your physical and mental well-being.
It's the giant Easter Bunny!
The fight or flight response is an emergency response including the sympathetic nervous system that mobilizes energy and activity for attacking or escaping a threat. The sympathetic nervous system helps more with immediate threats than distant threats. By fighting or running away, our chances of surviving a threat is much greater. Hans Selye studied the reactions of animals to different stressors, such as electric shock and surgery. Selye discovered that a human's response to stress was so general that it was like a home alarm that goes off when someone breaks into your house. He called this response General Adaptation Syndrome, which has 3 phases: alarm reaction, resistance, and exhaustion. Your alarm reaction activates when your sympathetic nervous system suddenly activates. Your heart starts to race, blood rushes to your skeletal muscles, and you will start to feel a faintness of shock.
Resistance is phase 2 in the General Adaptation Syndrome. When facing a physical or emotional trauma, your temperature, blood pressure, and respiration remain high. Your body is prepared to fight and resist the trauma. Your adrenal glands pump stress hormones into your bloodstream. During this stage, your body is fully engaged. But the body's resistance to stress or trauma can only last so long before exhaustion sets in. Exhaustion is faced during the General Adaptation Syndrome. Constant stress causes exhaustion with no release from stress. Your body's reserve begins to run out. Your body can cope with temporary stress, but prolonged stress can damage it. Your immune system can become weakened, and even in some extreme cases, death can occur.